The Auburn Tigers sweep Wright State to improve to 7-1 on the year. Let's talk about it. What is up, Auburn family? What is up tempo family? How are we doing today? Man, the Auburn Tigers have a big in-state midweek game tonight, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time against the Samford Bulldogs. But first, I want to recap the weekend and what a tremendous weekend it was for the Auburn Tigers on the diamond at Plainsman Park. And just shout out of how amazing Plainsman Park looks, right? The second weekend in a row we've been there. And the first weekend we struggled against Holy Cross, and there were some questions about this team that a lot of people were asking. Where's the offense? Where's the offense? And this week, I feel like we got those answers, right? You see the emergence of Chris Rembert and Bub Terrell, and these guys are getting it going. They're true freshmen and getting on the field, and they're starting to find themselves, and they've been bright spots for the Auburn Tigers. And then you see guys like Ike Irish, man. He's starting to wake up, and you know what Ike is. You know what you're going to get with Ike. You're going to get one of the best hitters in college baseball, and he's slowly starting to come on. And I think that's an exciting thing for the Auburn Tigers because this lineup is deadly. This lineup, the lineups that we put together against Wright State were absolutely deadly. Also, like Ike Irish behind the plate with Chatterton. I thought Ike had an amazing game Sunday. He was lethal behind the plate, and the stick woke up. And you need Ike Irish to be successful. I also like the versatility of Ike being able to go out, play right field. We know he can play first base. Not really needed this year as long as Coop stays healthy. I know you got other options there, but he can do it all, right? So you love a guy like Ike Irish on your baseball team. Look, I want to start with the bounce back of this team. And I know it's kind of crazy to, say bounce back, but you lost a game against Holy Cross opening weekend, right? And you went to a rubber match and it wasn't going great and you won that game. And then you had a big time matchup with Troy in the midweek, who was ranked, and it wasn't going great. And you found a way to win the game. And then you played North Alabama. You gritted that one out, found a way to win that game. And you come into Wright State, and Wright State is a baseball program. Okay. Like they have dudes. They go to the postseason. Like this isn't a program that you just shy away from or anything like that, right? They've played in big time regionals. And so this was a series that we weren't taking lightly. And you come out and you answered the questions. You answered the bell, man. You put up runs each and every game. And in game 3, when Wright State got it close, when they hit the home run and it was 5-4 game, and you had Bub Terrell come up and hit an absolute mammo shot. Mammo shot. By the way, Bub Terrell is an MLB caliber player. And I'm saying that as a true freshman. I said it about Ike Irish. I'll say it about Bub Terrell. The bat plays. He can play right field, left field, whatever. Solid arm. He can do it all, man. Like that kid is going to be special. Enjoy his time at Auburn because he is going to play big time baseball in the years to come. But he hits a mammo shot. And then Cole Edwards follows him up. They talk so much about Cole and how hard he hits the ball, but he's got to get it in the air, right? If Cole ever gets it into the air, he got that one into the air, y'all. That was a mammo bomb. He struck that one, and that kind of opened the gates for Auburn, right? They said, okay, Wright State pulled it close. Cam Tilley, he had some struggles there, and he gave up 3 runs, I believe it was, off a couple hits and everything. He had some struggles, but Wright State pulled it within one, and here come Auburn. They didn't lay down. They continue to scratch, fight, claw, and once again, you extend your lead, and then Derek Fabian comes up in the eighth. And I mean, this dude, he could be one of the hottest hitters in the country right now. Kid is absolutely seeing beach balls. He drove that one out into left field, and really got the Auburn Tigers some insurance going into that ninth inning. And it's just a continuous. It's like a disease, man. It just runs through the lineup, hitting. It just spreads through the lineup, and these lineups they've been great against Wright State the past three games. And I'll tell you this: Eric Snow, while Eric Guevara is out, has been a huge addition through the transfer portal. I love his game. He can play second. He can play third. I'm not a big fan of him at short. I'm not, but I like him at 2B and I like him at 3B. Now, when EG gets back, we'll see where he goes. But as long as Eric Snow's hitting the ball the way he is, I don't know how you take him out of the lineup. The dude's killing it. I think he went 2 for 3 in game three. He's killing it. And he's a solid leadoff guy. He's going to work counts. He's going to hit fastballs, attack fastballs. I think Eric Snow has been a heck of an addition through the transfer portal. Ike Irish in the 2 hole. Look, I've already said my piece on Ike. Not much else to say there. Cooper McMurray, y'all, his career at Auburn has been nothing but special. This is a guy that we could look back on 5, 6, 7, 8 years from now and say, what a guy we had be a part of this program. To come in and take over for Sonny D and not skip a beat. Not skip a beat. Now we know Sonny D in the 1 year he had here, how great he was. But Coop has been electric as an Auburn Tiger. He's been electric, man. You see him the other day. He misplays the ball at 1B, and he comes up in his first AB, and he attacks the baseball and gets a hit to make up for it. Like that. That's what a leader is, in my opinion. That's a guy who he doesn't let his play on defense affect him offensively. He shook that off. He shook it off. He said, "Hey, that's on me. I own up to that. Now let's go to the plate and make up for it." That's a guy to me. That's a guy I want leading my baseball team. Derek Fabian, obviously stepping into that role at shortstop. Couldn't ask for a better guy. Everybody that I talk to, they always praise Derek and how great of a kid he is and how hard of a worker he is behind the scenes. And just what a great addition from the University of Florida. His brother played there and was an all-time player for the Gators. And then he was supposed to be an all-time player for the Gators, and he had some injuries and things like that. This is a guy that started there, y'all. He started there, and he come to Auburn. He had a pretty dang good year last year. And he had a hot moment, cold moment, and then got hot again. And this year he's been hot. And, you had the hole at shortstop. They tried some things, and Derek filled in. He's been great. He's a natural shortstop. You want him playing short. So the stick has been on fire. He's seeing beach balls. He's walking at a high rate, striking out at a low rate. That is really what you want to see. So, yeah, Derek Fabian, can't say enough about him. Bub Terrell, y'all. I just told you a minute ago, I think the kid has so much potential. I think it's through the roof, and he is taking off. And the pop in the bat, boy, I haven't been excited about a guy like this in a minute, man. Bub Terrell has been terrific. I think he's going to be a hell of a player, and he also adds protection in the middle of that lineup, right? So, like, what are you going to do here? All right, you got Ike Irish, Cooper McMurray, Derek Fabian, Bub Terrell, guys like Cole Edwards, Chris Rembert. Your 2B can absolutely rake, y'all. Your 2B can rake. Chase Fralick giving you time behind the plate. And at DH, he can DH too when Ike has the catch. Y'all, this lineup is filthy. Bristol Carter, another great addition. I mean, he got a hold of one, didn't he? Whew, man. Bristol Carter's a leadoff guy hitting in the 9 hole. Look, this is college baseball. I saw some people saying, what is Bristol Carter doing in the 9 hole? This is college baseball, baby. 1 through 9. Everybody's got a hit. There ain't no shame in hitting 9 hole in college baseball. I actually like it. You back up Bristol Carter in the 9 hole. He's a leadoff guy with another leadoff guy with Eric Snow. Maybe that will eventually be EG, but right now he's out. He's out right now with the hamstring. So this lineup, just what Butch and Gabe and Nonamaker did with this lineup this weekend, I thought was great. I thought it was phenomenal. I think that's the reason you've seen the outburst and runs. And look, there's still some questions on pitching. Obviously, the Cade Fisher injury and Petrovic having the bullpen game in game 2 and all that. That's not what you want to see, especially the closer we get to SEC play, and then we're taking the trip out to Arlington, and you've got a huge matchup. You got Ohio State, Oregon State, and Baylor out there Friday, Saturday, Sunday this weekend. So you don't want to see that, but uh, Sam Dutton was great. Chatterton, he was kind of all over the place a little bit. 3 walks, 2 hit batters, but I thought he got out of jams nice. He made big pitches when he had to, and I really like his stuff. I think once he gets command and really gets control of himself on the bump, he's going to be okay, and he's going to be a big guy for us. So winning this series was big, but sweeping this series was even bigger, in my opinion. You get hot. That's 5 in a row, man. 6 in a row. Excuse me, because you got the game 3 win right there, and then you beat Troy and North Alabama. So 6 in a row, and now you look up. You're 7-1. You got an opportunity tonight against Samford. That's a big in-state little rivalry game. There's going to be some fireworks in that one, and then you go out to Texas this weekend, and there is a great opportunity on the resume as it sits with Oregon State right there Saturday night. People are going to be watching that one. It's going to be full of fireworks. So I think the Auburn Tigers have gotten hot. And I know it's early in the season. You might look at me and say, well, they're only 8 games in. Yes, but coming off that Holy Cross series, this is exactly what I wanted to see out of this. Hayden Murphy, another guy in the bullpen. Jed Johnston, I think he's been one of the biggest bright spots in my opinion. I mean, that guy's absolutely nails. I've had a whole lot of fun watching him in his short stint at Auburn right now. I think he's just got that dog in him. I think he's got that mentality when he gets on the bump to go out and dominate. And so there's a lot of guys in the rotation. There's still some questions, but there's a lot of guys that have potential for the Auburn Tigers this year. And I just like how we're avoiding that inning so far. We're avoiding that one inning where it just all falls apart. We had it against Troy, but we bounced back. And that is what you've seen. That might be some maturity in this team. That might be what you didn't have last year. But I think it's been great, man. You get 3 big dubs, and you're 7-1. You're 7-1. Yeah, I think in baseball you couldn't ask for anything else. Like I told y'all, the game against Holy Cross, it's baseball. It's going to happen. Those kind of games where you just come out, you can't seem to find a hit. Everything you do hit hard. It's right at somebody. It doesn't fall. It's baseball. It's a weird game, man, and they go like that sometimes, right? But the options this team has is what makes it so great. The options, man. You see, Cade's not even in this lineup. Cade Ballou wasn't even in this lineup. That's where Auburn gets me. When before the year, everybody was like, "What do you think about Auburn's lineup?" I said, "They're going to rake." And then I sat there in the Holy Cross series, and I was like, "Oh no!" And people were like, "Man, I thought you said this lineup was going to rake." And I was like, well, I'll leave you with this. I think sometimes pitching is ahead of hitting, and good pitching shuts good hitting down. And at the beginning of the season, like I told y'all, you face your guys through the fall in January, and you're tired of facing your guys, and you finally get to see somebody else, and bang, little shell shock. It happens. It is what it is. But man, I'm super excited about this team. The opportunity this week coming up out in Dallas. I'm ready to go attack it, man. I want this team to win. I want this team to get ready for SEC play. There's still a couple more series before we get there and everything, but it's approaching fast, and that 7-23 should really sit in the gut of some of these guys who were on this team last year, and they remember how many games we let slip away. They remember what that moment felt like at the end of the year, where they didn't go to Hoover and you didn't get to compete in the postseason, and we've come to find out that Auburn baseball is all about competing in the postseason. It's all about hosting regionals and going to super regionals and going to Omaha. That's the standard we're at for Auburn baseball right now. So we want to get back to that. And starts again tonight, Samford, 6 p.m. Central. So thank y'all for joining me. Super quick episode for Auburn baseball. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. No live show tonight, by the way. I'm from Mobile, Alabama. I do the Mardi Gras, so catch me Wednesday night. I'll be live for y'all, and we'll talk some Auburn hoops. Right? They play Ole Miss this week, so we got that on deck, and I will see y'all then. War damn Eagle. I'm out.